The unique thing about South Florida is it's a peninsula. And once you get to the end, you have 3 estuaries that come together. You have the Atlantic, the Gulf of Mexico, Florida Bay, and it's where the mainland of the Everglades drains into the Gulf. The Keys have basically 1 road in and 1 road out. And when you leave the mainland, you start at number 126 and work your way mile per mile all the way down to 0 at the west end of Key West. As an angler, you have many different resources to choose from. You have offshore fishing, inshore fishing, fly fishing, spin fishing, trolling, bottom fishing. I mean, you name it, it's possible here because we have so many different waterways and ground features, from the reef to the inland waterways to the bays, the islands, so forth, so on. This is the only place in the U.S. that is considered a tropical destination. It's a great destination to bring your family on a vacation. There's 5-star restaurants, great resorts, there's beaches. So this place offers something for everybody, and you don't need a passport. When you leave the mainland and you head south on the overseas highway, one of the first islands you hit is Key Largo, and it starts about mile marker 106. Key Largo has a lot of different options fishing-wise. You can go to the west and northwest and hit the mainland where the freshwater meets the Gulf and fish for snook, redfish, tarpon. One of the other attributes besides the great fishing that Key Largo offers is it probably is, throughout the whole Keys, one of the top islands for snorkeling and diving. You have John Pennekamp State Park, which have many dive boats. It's a destination that divers come from all over the world to visit. Early in the winter, one of the prime areas to target sailfish is Key Largo. I had the opportunity this season to spend a little time with my daughter. She's at University of Alabama. She's away a lot. I don't get to see her. We talk about every day on the phone. But one of the things my daughter and I share is spending time in the outdoors together. And anytime we get a chance, we do, whether it be fishing or hunting. And when she came home for a winter break, we decided to do a little sail fishing in the Keys. Start whining, he's on there. He's on there. Keep whining, keep whining, keep whining. Hard.
You got a sail.
There he is, see him jumping? See him jumping, Kate?
Dad.
Yep.
Am I doing like anything wrong? Or?
Nope. When he's running, just let him run, just like you're doing there. Just keep good pressure. As the rod tip starts to come up without him running, then you wind down.
Okay.
Pull back, wind down. He's mad right now. Reel down on him. I know you've been going to the gym a little. Come on, show me what you got. Reel down. Good pressure now. Good pressure. Try to lift him. Here we go, KK. That's awesome. Lift the sail up for you. Nice fish.
Beautiful.
Way to go. A little better than being in Alabama in the cold weather, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, great. Thanks, buddy.
No problem, man.
Thank you.
You know, regardless of how excited you get when you're catching any kind of game fish, we want to be able to catch them again. You know, and there are moments and opportunities that when things happen that you can't predict, that you got to get yourself out of the moment and think what's best for the fish at that time. And there are times when you got to resort to something that's extreme.
My long bait is getting nervous right now. Really nervous, actually.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, there goes on my short. Pick up the long, pick up the long, pick up the long. He's over here.
Oh, there's a fish right here on the shore. Come here, Kaylee.
Sailfish, doubled on sails. Look at that. That's the way to do it.
Get ready to wind fast, Kaylee.
All right.
You all right, Ray?
I don't got much line left, but I'm good.
Come on, girl, you can do it. You're almost done. He's right on top, right there.
Okay.
Keep reeling, keep reeling, keep reeling, keep reeling. He's right on top.
I know. I see him jumping.
Let me know when we gotta go, Ray. You're bottomed out?
I'm bottomed out.
Kaylee, take a break, put the rod in the gunnel.
Okay.
You know, we get two fish on two different sides, and Kaylee's goes west, and Ray's is going east. And they're stretched out about a half a mile apart.
It's one of the most ancient forms of hide and seek known to man. And nobody knows how to play the fishing game better than the backcountry guides and offshore captains of the Florida Keys and Key West. Ready or not, here we come.
You can walk through these woods, and if you go slowly and are observant, you see things and find things that are unbelievable. Other people are visiting a place that's exciting or dangerous or mysterious or cold or hot or wet or dry. I don't care. That's just where I'm supposed to be.
The SeaHunter is brought to you by the Florida Keys and Key West. Come as you are. SeaHunter boats, indestructible, unsinkable. Yeti coolers, built for the wild. Yamaha outboards. Wet Sounds, the ultimate sound machine for your boat. Quantum and Finor, inshore and offshore reels since 1933. You know, we get two fish on two different sides, and Kaylee's goes west, and Ray's is going east. And they're stretched out about a half a mile apart. Where's your fish at?
Straight ahead. Okay, now we're definitely gaining on him. He's up on the surface.
Dad, it's gonna go.
We're like 10 feet.
Look, my fish is right here. You see it?
We're getting ready to get his fish, Kaylee, okay? Try and stay clear of that buoy.
Yeah.
I see leader. Nice.
There he goes. All right, let's catch yours, Kaylee. That's a big fish, man, a giant fish. You see this buoy on this line?
Yeah.
There's a chance that her fish is around there. I'm not sure.
All right, Kaylee, you're gonna go up to the bow, okay?
All right.
He's on the buoy.
He's on the buoy, wrapped up. I'm thinking I may have to go in there just to free him from the buoy. I mean, there's no telling how many times he's around there, bro. Ray, can you just hold us here? This fish didn't get the line wrapped around the buoy, it got the leader wrapped around the buoy. So this is a 60-pound leader. The fish wasn't strong enough at that point to be able to break off. So I had to dive in and unwrap this fish for the fish's well-being. As you make your way south from Key Largo down the overseas highway, when you get to about mile marker 85, you hit Islamorada, which is, to me is it's kind of the heartbeat of the Keys. It's the middle ground. Islamorada is unique because it offers very close access to the Everglades, the closest access of any other part of the Keys, but yet you still have the Atlantic fishery, you have Florida Bay. So it's a great middle point. It's a great home base. I think one of the biggest attributes to fishing that the island of Islamorada has brought is this is where fly fishing for big tarpon was created. Joe Brooks, all these mentors, all these beginning guys that started the sport of fly fishing for big tarpon was born right here in Islamorada. And it's kind of a mecca. It's the middle ground where the Gulf and the Atlantic fish meet in the middle, and they start staging here to spawn. Even though there's tarpon all throughout the Keys and Key West and Marquesas and so forth, I think if you had to pick one destination to tarpon fish, especially with a fly rod, it'd be here in Islamorada. About 25 years ago, I was on a Walker's Cay Chronicles with Flip Pallett doing a tarpon show. And this fellow from Houston, Carlos Duncan, saw this episode. He had been to Islamorada as a kid with his dad and fished for tarpon and so forth. He really wanted to get into saltwater fly fishing. And after watching that episode with me and Flip fishing for tarpon here in the Keys, he called me, and I was early in my guiding career. We've been fishing for 25 years. We've been fishing tournaments now for over 20 years. And we have, I don't know, 10 or 12 grand champions under our belt and a bunch of podium finishes. And every spring, we'll spend about 30 days chasing tarpon together just with a fly rod. Right there, he's coming, he's coming. Good job, good job!
Yeah, baby.
Jab him a couple times. There you go. Come on, jump, sucker. I was worried that you didn't see him coming.
I didn't see him.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, well, good job listening. There we go. Still with all the fish. Come on.
Man, we got runners today.
I'm telling you. Good job, Carlos. There you go. We just need to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we'll come back with him. Ooh, he didn't like that.
He didn't like going backwards.
No. Ooh, man, he didn't like that.
Man, I didn't expect him to do that.
No.
That point in the fight.
Maybe we see got his head back.
It's gonna give you a little reverse so you can pull against him. There you go. Now pull left and up.
A lot of people don't think you can reel the leader all the way in the rod, you know? Yeah.
That's it.
Got him?
Not yet. Now I got it.
All right, pressure's off the line. Let's let him go.
Flies out.
Okay, you want to bump it forward?
Yeah, just bump it forward a little bit left. Good, perfect. Shoot, he's good. He's ready. Good job, buddy.
Woo! Ha-ha!
Let's go catch another one.
Make a few throws, it finally works, right?
Yeah, you just gotta stay with it, man. As you travel further south, you hit Marathon Key, which is one of the largest islands in the Keys. One of the things it's famous for is the 7-mile bridge. In the early 1900s, when Henry Flagler was building his railroad, he built a bridge that was 7 miles long, which still, today, is one of the longest bridges in North America. One thing that Marathon is very famous for is offshore fishing. It has several giant humps way out in the deep water. And if you're not familiar with a hump, it's basically a giant mountain under the water. These mountains are in like 400 or 500 feet of water, and they come up within 100 feet of the surface. One of the attributes of the Marathon humps are they are homes to some of the best bill fishing, tunas, amberjacks, and of course our favorite fish, the wahoo.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I love when a plan comes together.
Oh yeah.
Marathon is the most southern key that is still in close proximity to the Florida Everglades. There he is.
Oh my God.
There he is.
Nice fish, Rob.
Put the anchor down.
Can I do anything?
No, you're good, bud. This prey stays on.
That's what we came for right there.
Oh, that's a good fish on this little rod.
Get him?
I might let you help me with that one. Just watch those hooks, buddy. Don't forget the gill plates too. Whew. That feels good.
Finally.
Look at that bad boy. That's good stuff there, dog.
Got him, bud. Nice job.
How about that?
Nice job.
That's a great fish, man.
Well,
Great fish.
we worked hard for him.
Oh,
Finally got the reward.
dang. That was worth the ride for me.
I love it. I love it, man. It's just special. It's a special fish, special place.
Yeah. You know what? It's always when you least expect it.
Yeah.
There he goes, Bernie.
Awesome.
Oh,
Nice job.
we needed that sucker.
Yeah, that was good.
That was all right, man.
For it.
I was praying the whole time. Kept coming up and doing those head shakes. I'm like, please. You know, sometimes they throw the plug.
He was pegged though.
Yeah, he
I mean,
was,
He
but-
had 2 barbs on each hook buried in him, so
Yeah.
he wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I've
You
just
don't
had.
know that until you get him in.
That's the thing. Until you grab him, you never know if he's going to come off or stay on.
Yeah, that was awesome. Nice work.
Thanks, brother.
Keep up with the SeaHunter on social media. Follow us on Instagram and like us on Facebook. You can also visit us at theseahuntertv.com.
There's no espresso machine, no smiling barista, just you and an axe. You're welcome to a hot cup of comfort, but you gotta serve yourself.
It's one of the most ancient forms of hide and seek known to man. And nobody knows how to play the fishing game better than the backcountry guides and offshore captains of the Florida Keys and Key West. Ready or not, here we come.
The SeaHunter is brought to you by Garmin, We'll Take You There. Lumar. Best Fab. Alvarez General Boats. Acroplex for all your custom acrylics. Seastar Solutions. As you make your way all the way down through the Keys to the south, which actually, once you hit the middle part of the Keys, actually turn west. When you get to the very west end of Key West, you hit mile marker 0. Though I was born in South Florida, and I've spent a lifetime fishing in the Florida Keys, every time I travel to Key West to fish, I almost feel like I've gone to a separate destination. I feel like I've left home and I've traveled to a place that offers something different, which Key West does. It has the Gulf, it has the Marquesas, it has the dry Tortugas, has shallow wreck fishing, has extremely good flats fishing, Everything about Key West, besides the nightlife, besides the great things to do, but the fishing when you get to Key West is extraordinary.
You know, Mike goes, okay, are you ready? And I'm like, yeah, I'm ready, but where are we going?
This is badass, look at this. Took 3 seconds. Chris Thompson, in my eyes, is an American hero. You know, he's a retired Marine sniper. Chris had never had the opportunity to come to Florida and fish, and it was on his bucket list. And I wanted to make that dream come true for him.
Good rod. Good rod. Nicely done.
You know, we find a shrimp boat, he throws a handful of bait in the water, chum, and the water lit up with blackfin tuna. It was epic. For 2 hours, anytime you had a fly in the water, you were essentially hooked up.
There you go. Sing to me, baby! Well done.
One of the things that was born here in the Florida Keys is kite fishing, deep jigging, some of the way we rig baits. Some of the best fishermen and best techniques ever created for saltwater fishing was born right here.
Amberjacks are one of the toughest fish in the ocean. Pound for pound, they pull, they dig for the bottom. We call them reef donkeys because they go hee-haw up and down, up and down. Now, when you pull up to a wreck and you drop down and the amberjack hits, the first one's a blast to catch. The third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, people are running from the rod.
Oh my God, somebody call the doctor.
We tried this bait and switch technique, and we were trying to catch Charlie a really, really big barracuda that we had seen on the wreck on fly.
Oh!
You put the fly there. Well, while we're trying to tease this barracuda up, several gigantic amberjacks came up and started trying to eat the bait as well. And I started thinking this would be so funny to get Charlie hooked up on a fly rod to an 80 jack.
I can't believe I'm actually trying.
Oh, he snuck up on me. He came from under the boat. He did a sneak attack. Oh, that's not really what I wanted to do. I was wanting to see Charlie do that with a fly rod. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it's a slob, too.
Oh, I saw him when he ate. Yeah, that's why I was really disappointed. That's a leader right there. Ah,
Nice release.
thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Whoa!
Don't thank you that much.
Some of my fondest memories that stick in my mind about fishing adventures with friends, with clients, with tournaments, have happened right here in Key West. Oh, cobia, right here.
Oh!
Hermit coming to eat my crab.
Eat him.
I did.
I'm on.
Charlie's on. Ah! Pretty work, Rob. Pretty work.
I do not believe we caught that damn fish.
Come on, guys, come on.
Coming up, go, 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 go. Woo!
Big wave, hold on.
No sail, second sail, right here.
So my wife's coming down to spend a few days with me before the tournament, and then later on I have a little surprise for her.
I was gonna make it happen because we never get to spend time together.
The first time I visited the Keys as a youngster, 8, 9 years old, my grandfather had a place in Key Largo that I'd often visit on the weekends, and we'd go reef fishing and bone fishing and do different things. But as I got older and I started to drive and I got into high school, I would walk into school on a Tuesday morning and I'd look up at the sky. It'd be springtime, the sun's shining, it's a bluebird day, and the thought of me going to school, knowing what's going on in the Keys, just drove me crazy, knowing how good the fishing was going to be that day because the weather was so nice. I would hop in my truck when I was supposed to be in school, and I would just drive down to Islamorada or Marathon and sit on the edge of a bridge and just look at the horizon and just imagine what was going on off in the distance with the fish. I mean, that place in those days, thinking of what the Keys did to me, you know, it left something deep inside me that'll never go.